I said, "Don't swear on me, you don't need to beg. For my sake, I'll try, but I won't make any promises. Don't be upset with me, because I didn't cause this to happen." Artemis told me that my uncle and cousin, even Sina and Helen, had no objection to our possible marriage and becoming mahrams. And they had given us a green light in a way that would put all of our hands in front of the work that was done and left the shell of a walnut. Now don't think too much about it. Enjoy this time with the doctor and his son, and that high-class life. You didn't want to enter your son's life because of Hamed. Thank you. I won't bother you anymore about that, sweet. Don't worry about it. It's not going anywhere. Let this be over for a year. Again, day after day after day. Don't stay in that house that was a dowry and in your name. The doctor will definitely give you something. For now, goodbye. I hung up the call and puffed out in frustration. I dialed Artemis's number. Hello, how are you, brother? Thank you. Artemis. Will you come with me to Hamed's house? Hamed? Why there? Sepide. Even with her knowledge, she couldn't calm Cheyenne down. Hamed and the doctor got into a fight. Cheyenne also hit Armita. What? A child? Armita is 7 years old. I swear to God, what will Sepide do to her? What do you want to do there? Sepide asked me to be a brother to her. Be a brother? Did you bite her hand? He grinned loudly and continued, brother. Fixing his messes by you is called brotherhood? Go get help from Sina. You like being a brother too, don't you? Be Fardin or Kaiser. Artemis. What is your heart full of? Me or Sepide? Are you telling her to I listen? What sin have I committed, my sister? Come help me, my dear. Artemis paused for a while and said, okay, just call him. If he wants to leave us at home, let's not go. Look, whatever you say, thanks. I called Sina and after a not so warm greeting, I got Hamed's number. I talked to Hamed for a while. He was completely nervous and upset. However, he agreed. I thanked him and called Artemis to come pick him up and we would go together. I waited in front of the house until he finally arrived and we walked towards Hamed's house. We stopped in front of the house and got out. The new house was bigger. After ringing the bell and introducing ourselves, we went inside. Hamed greeted us and led us to the guest room. A while later, Cheyenne joined us and after shaking my hand and greeting Artemis, he sat next to Hamed. We hadn't seen him for 2 years. He had become a man in his own right. But those sad eyes and hands and fingers that were playing with each other, and the attention that was completely focused on what we wanted to say, before coming and on the phone. We had discussed the subject and reason for our coming with Hamed so that at least he wouldn't take sides against us. I said, Mr. Cheyenne, to be honest, we came to be a kind of mediator between you and your mother. You know your father and mother for the reasons that happened at that time and your sister's death, divorce. We are also aware of your and your father's efforts. However, we want you to understand your mother in a way. Cheyenne raised her head. You came on behalf of my mother, Dad told me. But it broke my heart and filled my eyes with tears. She was so upset about being with us that she finally chose the doctor and that autistic boy. Armita was alone. I wasn't. I am my real, blood son. What relationship does Armita have with her other than a patient? My dad had said many times that he was sorry, but Mom didn't pay attention. What do you want me to do now? Artemis said. I know it's very difficult, Cheyenne, but respect her choice. Forgive me, Mr. Hamed, but your mom had the worst moments after your sister's death and divorce. Uncle and uncle's wife. Aunt Simin and even Sina and Helen. Everyone beat her up, she couldn't stand those looks and behaviors and blame. She got sick. That birthday party of your cousin Helia. That Helen had dragged your mom there with her plan, Mr. Hamed at that time, considering her condition and the evidence and your mother's neglect and your sister's accident. Decided to divorce her and later regretted that it was no use. Cheyenne said, she didn't love my dad. What about me? She knew how much I loved him. Those times when he wanted and I wanted to be together. Didn't I have the right? Should I forgive him? Should I forget him? Will he come back? He's been a Dr. Yekta's wife for a year. Then why should we go after him and beg him to come back? What about Armita? Even though I don't like him. But this year he'll become more dependent on my mom and become someone like me. That one. His mother just left him. If she had married someone other than my father or that doctor, I wouldn't have felt so bad. I would have said she didn't want me, she didn't come because of my father. But she didn't choose that doctor or Armita either. Artemis and I didn't know what else to say. As our silence lengthened a bit, Hamed offered us drinks and fruits. I said, I agree with you and your mother. I'm not saying don't be upset with her. See her or not. But if you ever run into her, or she calls you, respect her. After all, she's your mother and I know that the first time she said no to the doctor was because of you. If Mr. Hamed allows it and you were willing to, you can spend time with me and my friends. I continued with a laugh. There, lady, but you won't get tired of being with them. One of them doesn't know Persian. You can be her language teacher. They'll help you with your lessons. You can play computer games there. One of these virtual reality games with all the equipment. You're not alone. You're also excited and you think less about this issue and your mother, and this feeling and discomfort can be reduced. Whenever you want, Mr. Hamed has my number. Come. I'll be happy. My cousin's daughter asked us, and we really didn't want you to lose her because of her condition and because of this, and you hated her. We came. And besides, our intention is not to interfere or judge in anyone's favor. Thank you, Mr. Hamed.